So as promised, now we have worked our way over to the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Auditorium, another gym here in Chattanooga, and we are on stage at the moment, courtesy of Dave Holscher, who is the general manager. Do I have that right?
You do.
Of the
Thank you,
Tivoli
Julie.
Theater Foundation. So nice to see you.
Nice to
I
have you
think
here.
you are a great one to talk to because you are a relative newcomer to Chattanooga. You've been here for about 6 years.
Correct.
But you have jumped in to help not only preserve, but also to build towards the future of the arts in this town. You've got big things coming for Memorial Auditorium, and already you've worked to put some improvements in.
Yeah, I think those that grew up here would walk in the door and say, wow, this is a new Memorial Auditorium. We've really actively looked at ways that we can enhance the experience for the patrons and the public, from new painting of all the walls and ceilings to new lighting to new concession stands to this curtain system that you see behind us, to really make the experience for the patrons much more enjoyable.
I was telling you, I love the untold stories. So I learned a few things. Let me see if I can remember them all. That the auditorium was a gift, essentially, to Chattanooga. It was built to honor and remember those who were fallen from World War I. Interestingly enough, it was commissioned in 1918, didn't open until the early 20s because of the Spanish flu. And now here we find ourselves in these COVID days. Kind of an appropriate
It opened
reminder.
in 1924, and there's a couple of wonderful plaques on the walls of the hallways that kind of reflect the people that were involved and the people that passed, unfortunately.
So my personal experience, I was here for Waitress recently to see the Broadway series. We'll touch on that a little bit as our conversation continues, but it's been to be in the audience watching a show on stage. I did not realize that once upon a time this was a flat floor in here. The circus used to come here.
Correct. In fact, the stage probably was the flat floor. The circus, Harlem Globetrotters, a lot of wrestling, a lot of large gathering events. Martin Luther King was here, Billy Graham was here quite often, and then a lot of major artists performed as well. But yeah, it was not what you would see when you walk in today and you see all these seating in a sloped configuration. So it was the stage back then.
You have a two-pronged outreach here. You want the audience to enjoy what they've come to see, but you want the artists to feel comfortable when they're here. It's a large venue. The auditorium will hold 3,700 people?
Right. If you raise those curtains, we would have 3,700 seats.
So the curtains are here for a very specific purpose, and that is to make the artist's experience more enjoyable. I'll let you explain.
Yes, if you were an artist and you could only sell a couple thousand seats, which is slightly larger than Tivoli, and you walked in and only this lower level was sold, which would be potentially up to 2,300 seats, you would probably not feel very good as an artist to say, gee, I look like I can't sell those tickets. So, and we really want the artists to feel comfortable playing to the number of seats they feel they can sell. So this curtain system provides flexibility for that. We could raise the middle section if they sold a little more than they thought. Raise it all if they sold a lot more than they thought. But you know, it's really from the artist perspective. We want to encourage artists that can sell 850, as we have in the Walker Theater upstairs, to 2,300 here, 3,700 here, and then of course 1,700 at Tivoli.
Yeah, talk about the Walker Theater, because what a draw that has become. And I think people are still amazed when they come in to see into Memorial here where we are. It's so large to imagine that there's yet another venue that seats, what, 900 people?
Yeah, 850. It was really more of a community theater. There was a church that was using it before the foundation got involved. And with the foundation's tremendous support, we invested in a sound system, lighting, and a whole refurbishment of the lobby, concession area, once again, like we're doing in Memorial. And now we're doing, you know, in a normal year, non-pandemic year, we'd be doing 50 to 60 shows. So it's a great, the artists love it because the main floor is pew seating, much like the Grand Ole Opry. And the upper seating, there's 350 original wooden seats that are really very comfortable. So we have quite a mix of things to offer both the patrons and the artists between Walker, Tivoli, and Memorial.
Okay, I want to brag on two things. One, the Broadway series. I can't be here and not talk about that. What a great lineup, and the level of talent that these actors bring is second to none.
Yeah, the Broadway really has become the anchor for the foundation in terms of programming. There really was never a Broadway series in Chattanooga. There was some one-off type shows that would be produced or presented, but the Broadway series is something we're very proud of and will continue to grow. There, you might see Phantom of the Opera or Lion King on this stage one day, and Wicked down at Tivoli, and those kind of shows that we're working towards.
And we're lucky to have this venue because that makes them want to come here to perform. Something else I want to touch on, a fun fact before I let you run. You said that the Memorial Auditorium is the most technologically advanced theater in the country because we're in Gig City. Is that right?
Right. Thanks to EPB, they installed a 10 gigabyte system, if you will. So we could have 2,000 people in here on their phones or on their devices streaming up to 10 gigabyte capability. And it was primarily put in for gaming, so it's, we're ready for the whole gaming world to be a part of Memorial, but it can also be used for, at a concert that everybody wants to do their little stream of what's going on.
Thank you so much for welcoming us in. It is beautiful to sit up here on this stage and imagine what it would be like to performing to that crowd.
The Channel